We start our working day at Ukraine Crisis Media Center, and the floor is given to Colonel Oksana Havryliuk, Ministry of Defense of Ukraine spokesman. Good morning, everyone. In Odessa, there was an official ceremony of Sea Breeze 2016 opening. This year, 4,000 servicemen from 16 countries take part in training. So from these countries such as Ukraine, USA, Bulgaria, Great Britain, Greece, Georgia, Italy, Spain, Lithuania, Moldova, Norway, Poland, Romania, Turkey, Sweden and Finland. There will be 25 military ships in the training, boats and other vehicles of Ukrainian, American, Romanian and Turkey forces, 20 airplanes and helicopters and 140 automobile equipment. The training, in this training, different groups will take part, also officers of staff, and Ukraine will be also represented by bodyguard service and National Guard. Sea Breeze 2016 will last in 30 July in the northwestern part of Northern Sea in Odessa and the Mykolaiv Oblast. The topic of the training is multinational response to crisis security situations in the region, and the participants will be trained according to the standards of leading countries of the world. At the moment, all the participants are ready. Sea Breeze was started in 1997 in Ukraine, and during this time, this was one of the most effective international cooperation event, and in the course of training, Ukrainian servicemen get unique experience of other countries. They share their experience and they grow as professionals. The Ministry of Defense of Ukraine continue the work to help those servicemen who carry out their duties properly. The Ministry of Defense awarded 104 servicemen of the Armed Forces of Ukraine who took part in ATO. Also, they continue to pay monetary assistance to those who take part in ATO. More than 29,000 servicemen of ATO got monetary remuneration for the sum of 131.5 million hryvnias and 124,800,000 hryvnias for direct participation in military actions, 5,700,000 for successful completion of the military tasks in the units, and also 1,120,000 hryvnias for destroyed military equipment of the enemy. Families of those who died in the ATO operation got 1,239,000,000 hryvnias of one-time monetary assistance. More than 520 million hryvnias were provided to those who were wounded or became disabled. So, from the start of this year, 40,000 servicemen signed the contract with Armed Forces of Ukraine, including 4,500 officers. So every month, 6,000 people signed the contract with the Armed Forces of Ukraine, and the main motivation is to get higher education free of charge, to get one-time military assistance to mobilized servicemen when they conclude the contract, and then there is also this year they increased monetary compensation for the servicemen. So this is a competitive profession in the market of Ukraine. The ministry allocated 257 million hryvnias for 2016 for medical equipment, and the ministry asked 168 million from the budget, and 95 5 million were provided for for medicines. Also, the ministry was able to save more than 2 million hryvnias of budget funds that will be directed to medical equipment for medical military institutions. More 200,000 hryvnias were obtained by the ministry as charitable help, and this money were distributed through medical institutions. And also the citizens of Ukraine provide charitable assistance to medical institutions of the ministry in kind. And Ukrainian army got medicines and medical property for the overall sum of 363.5 million hryvnias. Also, in the hospitals of the ministry, there are 133 servicemen who were injured in the course of ATO operation. 9 wounded are treated abroad, 5 in Hungary, 2 in the United States, and 1 in Latvia and 1 in Germany. More than 100 participants of ATO undergo rehabilitation in sanitary institutions of the ministry, and from the start of the year, 403 servicemen underwent rehabilitation this year. Because of the recommendations provided by the internal auditors and through monitoring of risks, during last week, after the assessment by auditors of procurement contracts, the ministry prevented excessive spending and losses for about 500,000 hryvnias. They decreased the cost of repair works of military equipment and the reconstruction of military facilities. Also, they established the risks in the management of funds for the sum of 93 million hryvnias. Also, they provided 35 recommendations for the sum of 6.5 million hryvnias in order to increase effectiveness of management of state financial and material resources. Thank you. This is all. Thank you, Oksana. This is the end of press conference. Dear colleagues, next event is at 11 sharp.